Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to go through, this is my current whole collection of knives. No, it's not. I got more. I'll pull these out when it's time to pull these out. I'm going to go through the whole collection, but I am liquidating everything to make room for more. Alright? So I'm going to pick each one up, talk about it, what I like, what I don't like, and let you know whether or not it's being sold. At the end of the video, if you just want to get to the sale, I tried this once before and I sold about half of what I had. Not half, maybe a third. And I'm going to change it up. I was trying to sell them in big bundles, and I understand that's not so realistic. So I'm going to change it up and make it a better deal for you guys that watch. This video is being recorded on Saturday of 12/19/2020, just so you guys know. Alright. Before we get into this, I need to take a drink of coffee. This one's going to be a hard one. Maybe it should be beer. I'm going to just start in no particular order. The Kershaw Bare Knuckle. Freaking love this knife. The ergonomics on this knife are awesome. This is a 12C or a 14C28N blade. Awesome sheep's foot blade. The detent is strong, but that's what makes it fun to snap. I'm going to be selling this only because I intend to upgrade this to the 20CV model. That's how much I like this blade. So this is going off into the sell category off the screen. I'll bring those back when we're done. My Best Tech Swordfish. I'm not selling this. There's something about this, and I think it's the contoured scales plus the room in the handle. This is probably my favorite sub 100 knife that I own at this point in time. Short of, so this is going in the non-sale, short of my QSP Copperhead. Love the Copperhead, but I think I'm actually going to be letting this go. Hold on. We're going to make a decision on screen here. I have changed my mind, and I think I am going to keep the Copperhead, but let the Swordfish go. Damn it! I don't want to do either or. I like them both. I'm going to keep them both. Sorry. Alright, moving on. This is the Defcon TP68. It's got its version of an axis lock. It's more of a lock bar insert. That the action, as you can tell, is very good. This is a D2 blade. It's made in China. It's basically Defcon's answer to a lot of things. They did a lot of things to this knife. Like, you have this cool finger choil up front, decent ergonomics, but none of it really hits the mark great. And I believe this was bought for like 48 bucks. So we'll get to the sale when we get there. This is my Dogma with the Fuller and Damascus with carbon fiber over the G10. This is beautiful. I bought this because King Savivi was Dogma in my 3 months ago King Savivi quest, which would probably change now, but because it's already been crowned King Savivi, this is a forever knife that will be on the channel. So this one's not being sold. Savivi Odium in G10 scales. This has D2, I think that, yeah, this is D2. Great ergonomics, great action. There's nothing wrong with this. I carried this and just for review, and then used it for review purposes as a very small knife to compare things with. I'm going to be letting this go because I just don't see a need to have this one in my collection. The Honey Badger, the Warncliffe version. I really actually like this. This was like a $30 knife, and let's see the detent. And the action for a $30 knife is pretty good. I can clean up the action, it'll be even better. It's got FRN scales, deep carry pocket clip that's ambidextrous. This is a pretty solid knife. I'm going to be letting this go because I have no need for this in my collection. Coffee break. Moving on, we have the original Savivi Dogma coming in at $42. Awesome action, awesome blade, super slicey. It doesn't have the fuller. It has a cutout in the blade. You can still Spidey flick it. Fantastic. Fantastic knife. This was King Savivi, but because I upgraded it, this is going in the selling pile. The Steel Wheel Sedge. This is a knife I wanted to love. Ergonomically, you feel a little tight. Like, the ergonomics feel like they should be great, but because my hands are a little bit wider when I'm going in there, it feels like it pinches your hands between the tail and right here. There is a much larger version of the Sedge out there. This was coming in at like 68 bucks. It's running on phosphor bronze, and it's a D2 blade as well. So this one is being let go. My Reich P831. This knife is actually really cool. It fits that need for a super slender knife with an awesome functional, Wharncliffe / sheep's foot style blade. I really like this knife, but I don't see myself ever picking it up to use. So this one's going to be going. My Concept Cryo. This one would not be going if I didn't maybe just upgrade. I have one in the mail. I love the Cryo, man. I got this for 58 bucks. Awesome action, awesome ergonomics. The only thing I wish it had was a forward finger choil, and this thing would be the perfect knife. I mean, this is definitely going in my top budget knives of the year. When I first opened it up, it actually was the winner at the time. And then I felt the Ortiz, I felt some other things, and so now it has some good competition. But this is a fantastic knife. It is going only because we are upgrading it. The Revo Berserk. The only thing wrong with this, so you guys all know, like I said, the detent is super weak. Does that make it a bad knife? No. I haven't been able to fix the detent, so if you're getting into it, know that you have a super weak detent, but it is, I love this knife. If they upgraded this, I would probably buy the upgraded version. That's how much I like this knife, as long as the detent was a little bit stronger. Now, see, as you can see, the detent's so weak, it's hard to build up pressure, and I can flick it open like that, which isn't a great thing, but this knife is awesome. The detent came like that. It's not like it was broken or anything. It's just the way that it was built. And I don't know if it's because of the lock bar. I don't know if it's the frame lock or whatever's in there. You know, somebody else with higher caliber skill may be able to fix that. Short of that, this thing is awesome. I loved carrying this. The ergonomics on it are good. The blade shape's so unique. It's fun. I really do like this knife. This was sharpened, by the way, by me. And it came to a pretty slicey edge. So, if you guys are curious, as you can see, it's taken off arm hairs and stuff. So, it's nice and sharp for you. If you guys are interested in that, that's on the to-go pile. My Spyderco Astute. I bought this thinking this thing was twice the size. I didn't look at the specs. Very good knife, very snappy when you open it. And it's just a perfectly compact Spyderco. 45 bucks, 8 CR, 13 MOV steel. But other than that, it's a sweet blade. So this one's on the list to go. That was 45 bucks, I think, when I got it. Coffee break. I'm going to go over a list of favorites at the end of this, too. My CJRB Feldspar. I was using this as a review knife. I am going to be willing to let this go because I eventually am going to upgrade to the micarta version, probably. But again, I'm making room for funds for the channel. So if those of you that buy everything, anybody that buys anything, just know that everything that you're spending goes into my PayPal account. That doesn't leave my PayPal account until I purchase something else for the channel. So the Feldspar is going to go. I'm going to keep the mini Feldspar as a review knife for now, but I will probably let this one go in the future. Same concept, though. I love the mini. It's just a great and small knife to review other knives against. You guys all know my Shaman. This guy's not going nowhere. Love this guy. The only problem with this guy is I'm having trouble breaking in the action even after a little while. And every now and then, even though I Loctite to the screw, I play with it so much that it comes loose. And there's a very fine point to where it has no blade play, but great action. And I found that yesterday, but I didn't Loctite it in, so it's gonna go. It's not gonna be sold. I'm gonna have to fix that. Here's a surprise to you guys. My Spyderco PM2. I'm going to let this go, mainly because I have the Spyderco Shaman, I have the Spyderco Smock, and I'm going to be upgrading those. And I already have the PM3. So I'm going to be letting this guy go as well. And you guys are going to get a good price on this once I go over prices. My Rat Model 2, Rat Model 1, not going anywhere. No reason to sell this guy. It's just the AUS 8 version. It's a great comparison knife. And realistically, if I had to choose a knife under $40 forever, it's probably going to be my Rat Model 1. I mean, this thing's just a beast. Those of you that haven't tried the Rat series, do it. It's awesome. Same thing with the Rat Model 2. I'm not going to let this go. This is a great comparison knife. Very attainable for people. They all know what the size of this knife is. So this is staying for channel review purposes. And again, I think it's the AUS 8 version. I just bought the AUS 8s to save $6 on, pricing. My Spyderco PM3, DLT trading exclusive. Not going anywhere. As you guys know, I have big plans for this guy. This guy's going to get modded to all hell. Well, not modded. I'm going to get... Well, actually, the scales are going to get changed out, and I think I'm going to have some liners modded on it, too, which is interesting. Love this guy. What I hate about it is when it goes in your pocket, the super grippy G10 just tears your pants up really, really bad. So we're going to get that changed out. My Ferrum Forge Gent Select. Picked this up for $120 on the aftermarket, and I picked it up, and they said it was brand new, and when I got it, it felt brand new. The only thing I did, you guys saw a video where I took it apart, and I tightened up the pivot, put some Loctite on the pivot, put some Loctite on the screws, so that you're not going to have any issue with this thing coming loose. There's no blade play in it whatsoever. The ergonomics are great. Like I said, I picked it up for $120, so when I get to the pricing on that, I'll give you guys a deal on that. Spyderco Smock. This guy's a forever knife. I modded it. You guys can tell I modded the finger choil so my finger fits in there and doesn't bite into my finger. The action on it's great. I took out the secondary detent, which, note, if you guys take out the secondary detent in your smock, you do get to do this with it. It does do this. But what you're missing is the detent strength. So the detent strength isn't as strong as it was, so you don't get that super snappy close shut, and you can fail it a lot easier. So just take that into account if you're going to take out that second detent, which I'm pretty sure you can put back in. Civivi Brigand and Rub Brass and Damascus. You guys all know this thing's staying. This is a great comparison knife. It's a beautiful, gorgeous knife and just a great collector's knife. So this is staying in the collection. Now I got a couple others that we'll go through real quick that aren't going anywhere. That's why I didn't get them out. We have the ProTech Newport, barely used, S35, just aluminum handles with the carbon fiber inlay, and this thing is awesome. As you guys know, at 500 subscribers, I'm giving this away. So, yes, pay attention. Once we hit 500, I'll be putting some stuff out there. Very good. My Mastrop Falcon. I am in love with this guy, but unfortunately, I don't give it enough love while it's here. So this is actually being sold and or traded, and I already have a guy in the works for this, so I'm going to put this back in. But I freaking love this knife. If you guys have a chance to pick one up and you love the shape, you like a smaller knife with beastly ergonomics, the Falcon, amazing. My Civivi Daris. This one's going to go, but I don't want it to go. I love the Daris. I'm waiting. Actually, I'm not going to sell the Daris right here. But I'm waiting, and I will sell it as soon. I can't wait for like a rubbed brass or even like a titanium scale, which is totally out of the question. Or even micarta. I want to change out these scales, and this thing is going to be, this thing's awesome. So this, I'm not actually selling my Daris. I will sell it once I find an upgrade that I like for it. This is the Sencut Sidious. I am selling this, and I'm going to try to get this to a guy overseas because he can't get his hands on it. So I'm going to see what I can do about getting that to him. So this one's already sold. But the Sidious is a cool piece if you guys like that narrow, stabby, but full-length look. Here's my Civivi Fracture. I'm not going to sell this guy. This is kind of like a... I don't think they're going to stop making them either because I've seen them all over on the market. But I thought they were going to stop making them. It was like an appreciation knife. But it's just a cool piece to have. This isn't going anywhere. It's my only slip joint that I have too. My Defcon Kabuto. You guys all know. I love this knife. I love it so much that I feel bad that I don't use it. Titanium, carbon fiber, shredded carbon fiber, titanium everything, frame lock. It's just a beautiful, beautiful knife. I just don't use it enough, and I think I have a buyer for this already as well, so I'm going to put this one away. I have a Sencut Actium somewhere, and then I also have, hold on, I think it's in my pocket for work. 1 second. These are the jeans that I gotta fucking wash. And last but not least, this is the Sencut Scepter. I think I already have a buyer for this one too once I get done with the reviews and stuff on it. So, but this is probably Sencut's best knife so far. 9CR18, I believe. Micarta handles, awesome. This stone-washed blade on here is just gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to chop this video up into several different videos to make it easier for you guys to watch if you don't want to watch the whole thing. So this was just a showcase of all my current knives. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's going to be a part 2 and part 3. Part 2 will be the knives that I am selling, and part 3 will be the knives that I own and which one's my favorite and why. See you guys soon.